Hey, fellow visionaries, I hope everybody is well. Are you taking the time every day to envision the future that you wish to have in front of you? To feel the feelings that you choose in your future? By envisioning and imagining, because the mind does not know the difference between real and imagined experiences. And as we imagine feeling good or in love or happy or fulfilled, as we envision that and we allow that feeling to percolate within inside of us, it will generate experiences in our universe that will shift us to be able to receive experiences that carry those same feelings. Of course, it doesn't always happen overnight. It's little by little. You have little experiences and you don't even stop to realize, wow, that felt good. You're just, oh, you had some fun, and then you go back into your standard mode. But recognize those little pearls that the universe is giving you and hold on to those and focus on those and imagine the feelings growing, because that is how we create our future. But I want to talk a little bit about our life paths. So stick around for a few minutes. Love if you'd hit that like button, leave me a comment, let me know you're here. And let's talk about our life paths and the law of attraction. I know there is so much out here about the law of attraction, and everybody says if you just envision your future, that things will go good. You just, say affirmations, create vision boards, and all of those things are fabulous and they do work when you focus on them and allow yourself to dwell on them, to feel the feelings that those affirmations, vision boards, that those tools give you. But if they're just empty words, they're not going to bring experiences to you. And you don't need affirmations or vision boards. You just need to imagine a future. I was watching a video, a Seth Meyers video, and it was, I think, the guy from Saturday Night Live, whose name I can't tell you. And he was not, he said when he got his job, he just kept thinking, well, this is great, but it's not going to go any further. This is great, but I'll never get another job after this acting. He really thought he was loving what he did, but he thought he was done. He never thought another person would hire him. But it was his desire. So he dreamt about it. He envisioned himself acting just naturally. It wasn't a forced, I'm going to sit down and meditate and see myself acting. It's what he dwelled on all the time because it's what he loved to do. And now he is successful. He's 7, 8 years in, and he is expanding his talents. There's a word that I can't come up with right there. Because it held in his heart, even though his mind didn't believe it, it was still in his heart. And so he still projected it to the universe, and he still brought it back to himself. So while there's a lot of information out here on the law of attraction, and a lot of people posting, why doesn't the law of attraction work for you? I have a slightly different angle for some people. Some of us have chosen a more difficult life blueprint than others. And there are some people, generally Lightworkers, Lifepath 11s and master numbers, 8th house moons, 12th house planets, maybe intercepted houses. There are a lot of stumbling blocks that we give ourselves when we set up our blueprint to come down here that make it harder for us sometimes to push through some of the difficulties. Of course, everybody has difficulties in life. Everybody has family members that die. Everybody loses jobs. Everybody is involved, not everybody, but in car accidents. Things happen to everybody. But there are people with a more difficult life path that happen more often, so that it's more difficult to get the traction under our feet because we have so much experience, usually starting from very early childhood. So those habits of thought and behavior are conditioned in at a very young age because we chose, as light workers, Lifepath 11's master numbers, 8th house moons, 12th house planets, we chose to come here to go through, they call the wounded warrior experience, in order to come out on the other side and help others who are in that very experience. So for all of us visionaries, that we are using our thoughts, focus, intention, and emotion to create our momentum. Let's pull some cards for the week, for the Life Path 11s, for the light workers, for the 8th house moons and 12th house planets like me. Let's see what we can focus on this week that will bring us our best results, because that's always what we want for ourselves, our best results in every given day. Okay, let's see what we have. I haven't seen what's on the bottom. I'm trying to decide which card that is. I'm going to pull them both. Okay. I have a bunch of cards there. So the first card, the Two of Air. This is time for us to make a choice on how we want to progress and move forward as light workers, as Life Path 11s, as people, entities who chose to incarnate on this planet at this time for a reason. This is our time to choose, to step into our purpose. The Five of Air, the Five of Swords, tends to be the card of winning at all cost. But at this time, this is crossing the Two of Swords. This is, if you look at this card, rather than being out in the cold, this is our time to allow our unique abilities to come through. This is our time to shine whoever we truly are and to let ourselves be all that we can be. Look at the serenity in her face. The Hierophant and the Eight of Cups. Follow your inner knowing. The Hierophant is the spiritual teacher. This Hierophant, rather than having people, has the two lions. I'm going to say, let's take our strength and our inner knowingness and move towards those things. Leave the life that is not serving us behind and move into a life that can give us all the fulfillment that we are looking for. That is an unusual Eight of Cups, but this deck is a little bit different. And on the bottom, the Three of Air is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords in this deck is telling us to feel all the feels, to do the shadow work in order for us to clear our own misconceptions and to step into all that we can be with an open heart. I love you all. I wish you a good week. I'll see you soon. Remember to vision. We're visionaries.